Now, last year we saw a huge surge in gardening and landscaping. This year will probably not be much different. Frank is here to inspire you and has what you need to know before you start digging. Frankie, good to see you.
Hey, good to see you too, Tracy. I know you've done landscape project at your own home in the past, and it's an investment.
It absolutely is, but it pays off, especially now when it's sort of like we're vacationing in our backyards and our front yards. So I think it's worth the investment.
It really is worth the investment because we're not traveling. That's why it really kind of got more popular during COVID. And people said, where am I going to put my dollars? And by putting your dollars into your landscape, you're improving the value of your home. Often they use about a 10% figure. The value of your home, 10% of that should be invested in the landscape. When it comes to hiring a landscape contractor, you want to make sure that you're getting a landscape professional, somebody out there that has insurance, liability insurance, somebody that has a great reputation, somebody that owns their own equipment, and somebody that has employees that have been with them for a long period of time, and somebody with not only good client references, but also good references from their suppliers.
Ooh, these are all really good points, Frankie. I love that. Now, you've got some dream gardens and trends so we can all start dreaming, and a really good jumping off point when you're looking for inspo. So what's the first garden we're going to see?
All these gardens are award-winning landscapes, but these gardens as well are aspirational. So maybe you don't have the budget for this, maybe it's a smaller budget, but you can get some good ideas through them as well. And one of the biggest things that has been coming into popularity is having a backyard that is fully functional. One that you can swim in, but also the sport court. So an area, it used to be the tennis court, well now the sport court is somewhere you can play basketball, you can convert it over into playing tennis, and in the winter months, you can make it an ice rink. So all of a sudden you're taking that space and making it not only outdoor entertainment, but also outdoor activity.
Okay, that is gorgeous. What are the key things we need to consider when we're doing our own landscape planning, Frankie?
When you're doing your own landscape planning, you want to have a plan and a budget in place because you can easily spend that budget. Another thing that's hugely popular and a lot of people are planning for are pools. Pools have become probably the #1 item that people want in their landscape.
What's your next trend, Frankie?
Well, another trend that's happening as well is that property space is something that's becoming smaller. And because we're having smaller property spaces, now just taking that space and utilizing it. So you can see with this small space, not only is it so beautiful, but at the same token, it has containers. Containers is a huge trend to take these concrete jungles and make them look a little bit more attractive. So it's low maintenance, looks fantastic, and it's a space that you can use from the spring all the way through into the fall. And now with fire bowls, you can even use them into the winter as well.
That's right, and I think people are doing that right now. We're utilizing our outdoor space even though there's snow out there. So I can see a lot of people loving this last trend, especially if you can't get away. It's called resort.
Yeah, you know, building your backyard resort. And right now people are doing this, and some of the budgets, you would maybe surprised, budgets are over $250,000. Not everybody has that budget, but right now some people that do have budgets like that are putting in swim-up pools. This is aspirational. These are things that we can dream about, but we can take some of these elements and scale them back to fit your budget. So really have a dream, make a plan, find somebody that's going to be able to put that plan in place, being a professional landscape contractor, even hiring the service of a landscape architect. Those will all help you have a plan that can be phased in. It doesn't all have to happen at once. You can phase it in year after year.
Just like our interior renos, that's what most of us do. You build up enough money to do one room, and then you wait a while, build up enough money to do the next room. So if you get a good designer or landscape architect, you can figure out the phases that you need to do to build out the dream resort in your backyard. Thank you, Frankie, so much.